Immediately stepping out to the deck, you'll notice wear and tear from heavy foot traffic and from the dogs booking it to and from the backyard. We learned the hard way using deck paint was a mistake because it definitely didn't hold up well, so we'll be sanding and staining instead, and finally painting the instep of the stairs. We do not plan on replacing these chairs. We'll give it a fresh coat of durable spray paint, and that should do the job. We're lucky enough to have a deck and patio, so we'll need to find a way to bring in some cozy and welcoming vibes, and of course while we're at it, we'll definitely need to give the patio a power wash. I recently bought this sectional on OfferUp for $90. It's still in good condition, but we're going to either stain or paint it to give it some life. The cushions are washable, so that'll be taken care of. And over here in this corner of the sectional, the previous owner said this cushion flew away in the wind, so I'll need to find a replacement cushion for this spot. We have this small pathway in between the driveway and our patio, and another high traffic pathway starting from the end of our patio leading up to the side entrance of our garage. Our goal is to add large stone pavers and pebbles like these images to create a rail walkway, and we want to add some fresh mulch and plants to the side of the garage as well. And finally, for the furthest part of our backyard, we plan on continuing where we left off before we started this series and clear up this area. We'll also need to repair that hole that one of the dogs created on the fence. This fire pit is just here for now. We haven't settled on any ideas, so it's probably going to remain last on the list. We're going to clear up the space in between the sheds and move the wood behind the garage. Our plan is to fill the empty space with plants, flowers, or a mini vegetable garden, and lastly, we'll empty both sheds and organize them as well. First thing first, let's clear off the patio for a well-needed power wash. At this point, I'm contemplating going inside and asking my husband to come out and turn on the power washer for me, but I'm also sure I can figure it out on my own. I'm not sure when I became intimidated by power washers, but for something as simple as it turned out to be, it should not have taken this long. Turns out all you have to do is read the instructions carefully. Start. Alright, guess it's on. I remembered I had a cleaning solution for our patio, so I took out our pump sprayer, but after multiple attempts of trying to get this thing to actually spray, I gave up and started pouring the solution out. The sun was drying everything out so fast this day, so I grabbed a push broom to scrub around what I could and went straight into power washing. I am definitely loving these results. I didn't even realize how bad the patio actually was until I cleared the entire area off. Now it looks brighter and it looks like it's been brought back to life. We moved on to the sectional while we still have the power washer out, gave it a quick wash to prepare it for sanding and its new color. to test out a stain I picked up at the Home Depot, so I'm prepping a small area by sanding to see the results. I went with the penetrating liquid stain in the color Wood Smoke. It was a really nice color, but it just wasn't the coverage I was looking for. I was so stuck on finding a match that was close enough to the existing color of the chairs that I forgot I should have opted for a gel stain. I used whatever gel stain I had on hand just to see what the finish would look like, but I didn't like that either. So it looks like we'll be taking another trip back to the Home Depot. I'm going to pivot. This is another purchase I made through OfferUp a couple years ago. Was it OfferUp? Craigslist? Something, I don't know. And unfortunately, our glass table broke, which is horrible because now that is something else added to our to-do list or to buy list. I honestly don't know why we got a glass table, but it was $70. It was really nice, and we just made the same mistake of leaving the umbrella open and everything shattered. So we have to get a new table. Consider this other. So after washing it down and letting it dry, I'm going to go in with their black Rust-Oleum spray paint. Oh shit, forgot about the floor. I need to put a tarp down. Obviously grab the water, turn the water on, and full force. I could feel like it felt like a blanket of spider web just right on my head. This is the before, and this is the after. This is looking brand spanking new. All right, so the first half is done. Now let's finish the second half. All right, so we took the trip to Home Depot, got a new paint color. What was it? Peppery by Beer. Looks pretty close. And do a little test coat. So I feel like once we do a light sand, we'll be able to go over it with paint. And I did look that up, so I think it should work. It looks really gray, but we'll come back and we'll check it out once it dries. Either way, this is probably what we're sticking with, so I think it'll look cute. All right, so I'll go ahead and end part 1 here. In part 2, we're going to finish painting the sectional, and we're also going to finish clearing up the backyard. We'll see you in part 2.